You know, like, do you love me? Do you want me? Are you gonna call me like you said you would? Is this really your real phone number?
Some of y'all go get washed, some of y'all just go pop shit, some of y'all just go talk, but none of y'all ain't really got shit. Some of y'all just look lost. I get this type of feeling you ain't accustomed to. I swear I'll be at peace if it weren't for you. Yeah, yeah, I only want your love if it's 𝖳Л𝑑𝑒. But if you fuck me, then fuck you, and that's the way I like it. Yeah, that's the way I like it. You smile, but none of these bitches. That's the way I like it. Wiping them down in front of these niggas. That's the way I like it. I'm 30 for 30, I'm 30 for 30, I'm 30 for 30, I'm 30 for 30.
Chat. Should they fold that bitch, no yoga mat? Chat. Should they dare that nigga, don't hit me back? Chat. Should ran that nigga, no questions.
What's good, my beautiful baby case? It's your girl Key, your favorite 𝖳L𝑑𝑒 on the tube. And as always, we are back with another sugar-free production. So, the number 30 could be significant. Either you're approaching 30, or there has been like this situation where you are somebody that is like, it could be both of these things. Or one or the other, doesn't matter. But you could be someone that is always collaborating with people that you love. So much so to where you put your dreams on a back burner. Like, I'm all about supporting you in your endeavors. If you're a trapper, I'm a trap queen. If you're a doctor, I'll go to school. I'll help you go to school. I'll put everything I want to be on the back burner to help support my friends, my family members, my lovers, be the best thing they can be. And then after everybody takes off, there's this resentment that's built up. Because it's like, I didn't expect you to bring me with you, but I didn't expect you to forget me either. I didn't expect anything out of you, but not even a thank you, but just love. I feel like you're the type of person to where you take the long route. There's always a middleman in the pursuit of you loving yourself, and I feel like that's something that you have to work on. So much so to where I feel like that you at times try to project onto other people like this tough exterior. People try to get close to you because you want them to prove themselves to you because you've been burned before many, many times. I feel like you're afraid now to love again. You're stuck between a rock and a hard place right now where you feel like, I want to have new connections. I want to have friends. I want to have deeper relationships. But I never want to hurt the way I've been hurt before. You understand what I'm saying? Of course you do. I feel like that this is one of those piles where I feel as though you've been the type of person that has been gossiped about for your heart. You understand what I'm saying? It's like the very people that you were vulnerable with, very people that you've given literally the shirt off your back, or sacrificed for, cooked for, fed, clothed, like literally nurtured. Those are the same people that retell the story differently, you know, once they're up. Right? There's also this energy surrounding like, you know, people have went on with their lives after betraying you, or after like taking the best parts of you, and you might look at things, people's growth, as an act of betrayal. Because I feel like, again, this is like something that you learned, I feel like, as a child, that your worth was attached to what you could do, what you could provide for others. You're somebody that I could see if you are hyper vigilant and micromanaging other people's emotions. So you're constantly paying attention to people's tone, reading in between the lines when people speak to you, looking at people's facial expressions, and you're taking things like, I don't mean to be this way, or I feel like people are misunderstanding me, or that I'm not good enough, or like I don't get credit, but I'm not doing things for credit. So you feel yourself in this confused state, right, where it's like you find yourself back at like square one. I don't want to mention that deadbeat father. I'm not gonna say back at one, but you find yourself almost like, okay, in the same spot where you were wounded at as a child, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you grew up with an extremely emotionally unregulated mother figure, whether this is grandma, sister, big sister, or mom, but extremely like emotionally manipulative, emotionally unstable, maybe even somebody with addictions or a diagnosis. of some sort, because there's this energy surrounding having to grow up and be something for you and nobody ever showing up for you. And there's this thing where you're still waiting on your Prince Charming. You're waiting for someone to come save you from yourself. You don't know how to stop giving, even when it hurts you, because when you stop and you do stuff for yourself, you feel guilty. So then there's this tough exterior that you put up that everybody can see is not authentic to who you are. It's an act of protection, and it's you trying to protect like what you've built now, which is a fortress. And I do feel like that you've learned to practice self-love, but that came after like so much betrayal. But even then, now, like, a lot of the things that you've done for yourself, you did it for the most part in hopes that you could share your blessing with the next person. A lot of those people that you anticipated sharing your blessings with are not around you in the present moment. Whew, that's a mouthful. And right now I'm only looking at one particular card. And I feel like this is a great testament to who you are as a person. I feel like that a lot of you, I wouldn't be surprised if you get offended when people call you naive, or if you've been called naive or green in your life, or if you feel like people have done you like, or you feel stupid for how you've loved. This is not a reading where I'm just talking about your romantic life. I'm talking about your platonic relationships as well. So I feel like looking back, you can tell you are emotionally intelligent enough to where you know, that was my abandonment moon showing up, but it's after the fact a lot of the time. So in the effort to protect yourself in the present moment, you try to act as if you are complicit with being alone, but you aren't. I could see where you might identify with being a person that, the one that got away from a lot of people, the person that people love too late, after you left, after you learned to move on, after you've healed. Because this is giving me major flower girl energy. I won't be surprised if a lot of people close to you have gotten married, and you're the person that you feel like that could have been. And it's like you try to be supportive as possible for other people, but you start to wonder like if it's any benefit to being a good person, right? I also wouldn't be surprised if you're the most helpful or available or gifting like child, and you're overlooked. There's a lot of energy surrounding like never chosen, right? You might have self-image issues. You might have energies where you feel like neglected to a certain degree by a father figure emotionally, under-supported, and overworked, right? This also makes me think about Cinderella. So some of you guys may have grown up in an environment where maybe you had step siblings that were prioritized over you. Maybe you had a mean stepmother. Maybe you had an absent mother, whether it was by choice or by force. And an emotionally unavailable father. Maybe your father spent a lot of time at work. Maybe your father passed at a young age. Whatever. It just feels like that for a lot of you guys. She also gives me like Miss Honey vibes. Some of you guys may have identified with Matilda, or you watched that Powell and whatever reading it was where I was talking about Matilda. But there's something about you where I feel like that you're very whimsical. And I heard, take me through that. A lot of people, it's impossible not to love you. I will say that. It is impossible to hate you, even when people are upset. So there's this unhealthy obsession that people get with you at the same time that's confusing, because it's like, what do you do when you know that people love you but they can't love you correctly, right? Ooh. Your power is going to be very deep, and it's like you a lot of times get stuck up on the fact that I know they didn't mean it. Oh yeah, let's actually think about the Mariah the Scientist reminders. Yeah, I know you didn't mean it. Oh, when she's was that Note to Self where she was like singing self-destructive, I've always been? Yeah. And it's like, I can't help, like, people treat love like it's a game, and it's a constant battle that you don't know if you're gonna win. But if you want to stand for something, you'll fight for love. And for a lot of you guys, that's all you've ever really wanted in your life. If you could lose all the material things and have love, you'll be okay, right? I could see where you're not a materialistic person. You might not be completely blind of the beauty that you possess in entirety. Whew. So we're going to divide this reading up into two parts. We're going to first talk about your romantic, relationships, and then we'll talk about, actually we'll talk about your platonic first, and then we'll bleed into your romantic connections, because I feel like the platonic energy will help You know, like if I'm talking about your family, your upbringing, etc., etc., that'll help me understand your love life. So let's start there. Let's start with your platonic connection. So let's see, who in my view should look this pal, who in their life most likely influences, like for their platonic connections, who most likely influences their romantic life. Okay, or the way they express love. Who in their platonic relationship most likely influences the way my view should look this pal expresses love. Who? Could be an Aries, or for a lot of you guys, I think this is somebody that you view it as a coward. Somebody that doesn't have to be, they don't have to be Aries, but this is somebody you view as a coward that I feel like you were always there for and you loved irregardless. But I feel like this person here, this is making me feel like this is somebody that neglected their responsibilities with you. And I feel like it was something that she felt blindsided by. I feel like this person here is responsible for your stability, so to a certain degree, or these people were, or they, you know, you and this person had those type of ties somehow, some way, and their focus was on other things, like somebody that made loving you feel like a chore in your platonic connection. Who is this person? Somebody that may have struggled with their mental health. Somebody that may have struggled with their image, you know. I wouldn't be surprised if this is somebody here that at some point you've had to like force in the shower. So again, it's going back to the storyline of somebody here may have had a parent that was an addict of some sort, whether it's alcohol, drugs, or whatever, or someone with chronic depression, mental instability, like they weren't bathing but taking care of themselves and things of that nature. This person influences how you show them love. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But it just feels like some of you got like a best friend, a sibling, a mother figure, and mostly influences how you show up in love, period, whether it's romantic or platonic connections. What is their experience with this person? I feel like this is somebody here that you shared a lot of your ideas to. You were always trying to entertain this person, but I feel like this person excluded you from the best aspects of their life. Like you were always cool. If they needed advice or something like that, or pick me up, they talk to you. So I wouldn't be surprised if you're the child that people vent to, right? Like your parents, your mother figure is probably like, maybe you have more than one for me to say figures. Maybe they vent to you, but you know, when it's time to hang out or do something fun, you're not the child that they invite. Because this Page of Cups makes you think about Klaus from American Dad. If you know, you know. You might perceive yourself or remember yourself differently than what this person here remembers you or perceives you. So maybe this person or just these friends or people describe you like in a way where it's like, I don't think I'm annoying. I don't think I'm mean. I don't think I'm loud. I don't think my laugh is annoying. It's like these are people who project ideas onto you unless you're experiencing them. I also feel like these individuals, they might have made fun of your laugh. You might have been left somewhere, like literally left. So I wouldn't be surprised if like there's like a negligence type of theme here. I can't stay away from that. But I feel like it's just something so where I'm not gonna hold you. Like I also feel like you were the type of kid that may have had gifts that your families didn't believe in or didn't support. So whether spiritual gifts, or maybe you can like sing or dance or draw, and your family could have been like, that's not going to make money. This is the family business. This is what you're going to do instead. That's going to make money. So that shapes how you express love. This particular person or these people particularly shape the way you express love, because I think that you or somebody that, I'm not going to hold you, they put you through similar experiences that they went through to prove to you in some way. Like it's weird because it's like, I'm gonna prove to you that that's not gonna work. I'm gonna prove to you that like that's not going to happen for people that look like us or that come from this type of environment. I'm going to prove to you that I had it harder, and this is what it's like being me, since you have so much to say, or something like that. It's weird, because it's like, I feel like what this has created in you is like, I feel like you really look for it in romantic situations. I wouldn't be surprised if you got called fast a lot growing up, or like mannish, right? Because I feel like what you craved was like connection. I wouldn't be surprised if these are individuals that, if you're a female, this is like, you grew up knowing what your body looked like before you understood it fully because of these people. You know, as you grew and you went through puberty and you matured and came into yourself, I feel like there's like this energy or this vibe surrounding people weaponizing it against you. So the first person to come around you and tell you your beauty is a good thing, you're going overly, right? Or maybe you don't see your value. Like, I feel like your innocence could have been taken away from you to a certain degree at a young age. So then it's like you're confused with what you feel and what you know. I wouldn't be surprised if your abusers were taken up for it. I can relate to that, honey. Like, you're just being problematic. You don't like to, because you don't like to see mommy happy. I've been there, honey. Trust me. Whew. You know, like, or, you know, they would never do that. Or why do you want to tear the family apart? Or why would you say that? Or you made that up. It's like that. You know, it doesn't have to be sexual abuse. It could be any type of abuse. It could be emotional abuse, physical abuse. You know, where every time somebody hurts you, you were taught that was okay. Whether it's excessively being disciplined physically. So now I think that if you love me, you're going to hit me. Does that make sense? Or it's excessively being talked to crazy. So now I think when a man talks to me crazy or a woman talks to me crazy, I associate that with normal because it's familiar. Does that make sense? So this is what's affecting how you show up in love, because this is like what you come from. You understand what I'm saying? So friends, as you grew up and you start, like when you start to wear things that show off your shape, or as you went and you developed and your baby fat grew off, or you weren't no longer too skinny, or you start to love being skinny, or you start to love being fat, or whatever it was, people made you feel bad. I'm going to ostracize you. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to go hang around with people that I know don't like you. I'm going to take up for your bullies. I'm going to do all these things, you know, to punish you for coming into yourself. Does that make sense? I feel like there's a sexualization that took place where I feel like that you were, it's like pretty punishment. Does that make sense? Whether you're male or female, doesn't matter. It just feels like that you were punished for having intellect, punished for being emotionally available, you know, punished for having an opinion, punished for looking nice, punished for growing. Alright, you wasn't supposed to grow and turn into this beautiful lotus flower out of this big, murky, muddy ass pond. You wasn't supposed to be this, but you did it anyway. And some people, you might feel like this survivor's guilt or remorse, where it's like other people might treat you like you grew to spite them. You understand what I'm saying? Well, so what is their inner child need to hear right now? You can forgive and not forget, and you don't have to, how do I say this? Like, this makes me think about, you know, for me, I always say this, like, it don't make no sense in the world. Ain't no nigga that special for Ariel to have given up her tail and her unique ability to be a mermaid to get some legs to walk on land with a man. And for a lot of you guys, I feel like that's what you need to know, like, in love. Like, you don't have to sacrifice or change who you are to be loved. You understand what I'm saying? You are enough all by yourself. And I feel like that where you aren't getting love from certain people, you don't have to, when it's God is flows, when the shoe is forced, and you were wronged, you did get the ugly end of the stick. It doesn't mean you have to stay suffering and suck on that type of tip, but you don't have to erase your origin story to make other people feel comfortable either, to get along with other people. Is what I feel like you need to know. You don't have to suffer in silence either. You don't have to pretend. And other people don't get to narrate your experience with them when they do you bad. Right? They don't get to rewrite the story and rewrite history, because then that just hurts you, because your inner child, yet again, now is hearing you not stand up for yourself. Right? I feel like you have to be brave enough to take a chance on the things that you seek for yourself, because I feel like you are the one person in your family that people tend to be very pessimistic in regards to. When everybody else gets, you can do it if you want to. You know, I feel like a lot of people go out their way to take a dig at your self-esteem an awful lot. I feel like the challenge that you're having a hard time overcoming in love is that I feel like a lot of the people in your platonic connections, they want something from you. And when you don't give them what they want, they become evil or spiteful or mean. This is my other mother card. So I wouldn't be surprised if, like, to be honest, like, I feel like your love life is the way it is in romantic and your platonic connections, primarily because a lot of people are siphoning off of you. You understand what I'm saying? And I feel like there's a lot of energy vampires around you. And I think that a lot of people are manipulative, and you'll see it, but you'll gaslight yourself because you subconsciously feel like being mistreated is like just what comes with being loved or having company. It's like, if I don't allow this, then I won't have anybody around. It's better to be in good company than bad company. You know, being in a relationship ain't everything, but being in the right one can be. The good things that I feel like you should know and love that are to come is that I do feel like that you're going to be able to see yourself in a more positive light. I do feel like that there's a symbolism regarding like a raven that I feel like you need to hear. Let me look into it. Okay, so ravens represent transformation, ancient wisdom, and the bridge between physical and spiritual realms. Acting as a divine messenger or a shadow god, it frequently appears as a significant crossroad in life that encourages a cycle of rebirth, trust and intuition, and the exploration of hidden truths. A raven is widely regarded across many cultures as a carrier of messages from the cosmos or unseen forces. Because of their deep ties to the mysteries of life and death, the ravens signify a necessary letting go of the old to allow new growth. Okay, that's what we get at. Spiritually, the raven's jet black plumage is often associated with the unknown and the formless potential that's ahead. It invites introspection and facing the darker or hidden aspects of the self. In many indigenous cultures, the raven is revered as a figure who brought light into the world. It represents creation, flexibility, and magic. And biblically, despite the occasional occasions where ravens are cited as symbols as divine provision, they are also seen as an animal that was sent to feed the prophet Elijah in the wilderness. So I feel like this is something to where God is letting you know that what the good stuff that's coming ahead is that there will be rebirth. You will be able to face these harsh truths. And I feel like what's going to come with it, I feel like you're going to become the type of person where you can understand two things can exist at once. I can choose not to let my enemies or like people who hurt me like have power over me in the present moment, and I can also forgive them because I can also understand where you're at, but not at the expense of me. So I can understand that mommy and daddy didn't give me what I needed because they didn't have it to give. It wasn't taught to them, while also not negating my own experiences in the process. Right? I can hold you accountable without hating you and damning my soul in the process as well. I feel like that what's ahead, you're going to be doing a lot of work to really see yourself clearly. And I feel like as a result of that, a lot of things that feel impossible to you, that you feel powerless to when it comes to your image or setting boundaries or just how you see yourself all in all, those things are going to change. And I can see where there's going to be some connections that are going to come as well. I wouldn't be surprised if you don't have kids, or if you own, like, you had a kid and it stopped for a while or something like that. For those of you who don't have kids, for this pile, not all of you will resonate with this part I'm about to say right now. For those of you who don't have kids, I feel like that happened for a reason, because I think that God just was so sick of this cycle being repeated, right? Of people just skipping the healing, skipping the shadow work. So I feel like that was a deliberate act of grace from God, so that you can work on yourself before you have children. And once you have these things, I feel like it'll make sense, and you'll be grateful that you learned the lesson before procreating. For those of you who already have children, what I can see the good things are is that you're going to start to see characteristics that you were seen or you were punished for having in your children, and those things are going to help you heal your inner child. Not saying that you should and are going to be projecting your pain onto your children. I just feel like without you realizing it, you're reparenting yourself all over again. And as you do these things, by seeing yourself and meeting yourself, is going to give you closure, because you're going to know it wasn't that hard to love me. So I can release this ideology that I have to work to be loved. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I feel like is happening in the future. I'm going to get a message from your angels in regards to that. So let's see. So, oh wow, that came straight on out. Cleanse and detoxify. With a great love and respect, we ask that you detoxify your precious and sensitive body. At your request, will help you develop a life-affirming way to deal with stress, as well as ease any sorrow, shedding your old ways. Give your cares, worries, and concerns to us, and feel the beautiful grace of your newly purified body. So that's the message from your angels, and that totally ties into like what we're talking about for your spray. Like, I just feel like it's just time to clean up, even with those cobwebs. Like, yeah, they're annoying, but it's not hard to clean up some spider webs. It's not hard at all. You just have to get tired of seeing them. You might have to stand up on a ladder and get a broom or something like that. You might have to go back a couple times and clean it up. You might have to spray some pesticides to make sure the spiders don't come back, but it's not impossible. And I'm reminded of the scripture, nothing is impossible unto you. So you're not alone. So don't perceive yourself as alone. For a lot of you guys, there's just kinship I feel like you have to angels. I would be surprised if someone's ever called you an angel, or if your name is Angel, or something like that, or someone's told you look like a cherub before. Or if you had like a baby face, you probably look significantly younger than what you are. I would not be surprised. So we're going to talk about your love life. Now we're going to move and segue into that to see what comes out, because I kind of have an idea of what we're going to see. But we're going to talk about, you know, if you have somebody in your mind specifically, we're going to talk about that person, and we're going to see if there's any patterns that are repeating, you know, that are stemming from this, right?
Good shit, right?
Stay tuned. The Trapped Tarot Minister will be back with more heat. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.
So, let's see. If there's somebody on your mind, I want to know who's this person. So, who is on their mind? If I reach like this pile, who is on their mind romantically? Okay. Somebody I feel like you let, like too much time has passed. Like, it's so much water under the bridge, it's difficult for you to even express your emotions to this person. Maybe you feel like it's too late. Maybe you feel like this is somebody that maybe you feel like you weren't the kindest to. You didn't know how to show up for this person. And I feel like this is somebody that you feel like was intimidated. Might have been intimidated by initially. Maybe they were ready when you weren't. Right? And it's like you always cared, but you put this person on the back burner because you didn't feel like you had enough. This is the classic, you know, Great Gatsby storyline where it's like, I just feel like if I let you get too close to me, you're not going to like what you see. You're not going to like me. You know, like my homeboy, you know, he has this song, it's called Tired of Me by 88 God, right? And it's like, why do I feel like you're gonna get tired of me soon? Yeah, he says, I think I'm too much of a headache. Can't even determine what's right from what's wrong. Why do I feel like you're gonna get tired of me soon? And I feel like this is something where you beat yourself up about, because even when you're doing other things, you might have tried to distract yourself with material things, new hobbies, new jobs, all this stuff, because you don't want to think about this situation with this person. And you feel like so much time has passed by in this connection between you and this person. You might feel like this is somebody that could have been the one. This person might be heavily established, very confident. They may have things that you don't, You might be, like, for some of you guys, not all of you, but you could just feel like your living situation just not the same. You probably met this person at a time in which, I feel like when you met them, they were established, and they have even more now than they did when you met them. And you probably are in a space to where if you have something that's like, it's not guaranteed, or it's just not what you want, it's not good enough. There's a lot about this is somebody that you desperately feel the need to impress, right? So I'm intrigued. I'm interested to know, what does this person genuinely feel for my viewers? Okay. I think this is somebody here where I think they feel like they've grown so much having met you. I think this is somebody here that feels like that you couldn't be tied down. This is somebody that feels as though they admire you. I think you're this person's muse. I think you inspire this person greatly. I think this is somebody here that supports everything that you do and all of your endeavors. I think this is an individual here that, they miss the sound of your voice. They miss talking to you. I will say that. I feel like this person here is like somebody that feels like that you were always doing things for them, but you wouldn't let them return a favor. You wouldn't let them. Because now I'm hearing You Should Let Me Love You by Mario. How does this person view themselves in the connection between them and my viewers? Like this style, the person they're thinking about. How do they view themselves in this connection between them and my viewers? They view themselves as pretty much like they're very defensive and protective over you. I feel like this is somebody, oh my goodness, they may feel as though like I feel like a part of them, it's like reminding me of like Sub-Zero, or like this person takes you very seriously. They respect you. They hold you in high regards, in very high regards, guys. Clarify this King of Swords. How does this person in Spirit Yahweh, how do they perceive themselves in this connection between my viewers? Just like this path. Okay. They feel like that this is something they really want, and they're very defensive of protecting you. They do feel like that they're respecting a boundary to a certain degree, but it's bothering them. They might feel like you iced them out to a certain degree, right? I think this is something, this person might be tatted, but they feel like they want to be softer for you, like they want to change their ways. They view themselves as almost making a difference, and it feels like, how do I say this? Like, I feel like they're upset with themselves about something. Why are they upset? I feel like there was a point where you were vulnerable with this person, and you know what this is reminding me? It's a song by Chloe Bailey, and it features Chris Brown. No, I don't care to hear your discourse about Chris Brown. This is not the time for that. We're just channeling a message, okay? But the song goes, I gave you more than you wanted. I gave you more than you needed. So tell me, how does it feel to lose the one you believed in? And her verse says, like, every time it's like basically she's saying, like, when I reach out to you, you reply too late. And he's saying, by the time I see your message, it's too late. You know, so it just feels like this is somebody who feels like the timing is off between you and them. Right? This is somebody who feels like maybe they didn't believe you when you was telling them something. And it's like they kicked themselves forward. You know, like this is also reminded me of series of unfortunate events. What was the uncle that had the the fucking snakes or whatever? I'm trying to think of it. Uncle Monty. You know, like they feel like that they were super like, how do you say that, eccentric, and you kind of bring this out of them. Like they felt safe with you or whatever, but it was someone that this person, like I feel like for a lot of you guys, you could have warned this person about a certain group of people, you know, and I feel like those same people that you warned them about ended up coming in between you and them. I think this is also somebody that views themselves as, like, how do I say this? Like, they were supposed to help you through a season, and maybe they didn't. Maybe they saw you, like, I feel like they pushed something off, or they pushed something away, and they didn't mean it. Right? Yeah, going back to what we was picking up on earlier, I know you didn't mean it. So, this is somebody who may look at themselves, to a certain degree, as they weren't ready when you were offering something. You know? They weren't ready for it. Is what I want to say. You guys won't be able to tell at the time when you listen to this, but I've taken like several breaks in the middle of doing this particular portion of the reading. So I feel like this is somebody who feels as though like this connection has had lots of like interruptions, rather. I do feel like this is somebody who feels like that they're a grown person, like they're a lot more mature having met you. But I do think that this person here may have felt like it came too late, you know? They may feel like you're the one that got away. You know? I feel like this is somebody that may be reserving, how do I say this? Like, I think this person here, it's like if there was ever going to be somebody that they were going to have something like super deep or super serious with, I think this person here, when it comes to them and like this connection, they feel like it would have been you. Like they could see themselves being like your husband, your wife, if that makes sense. If it was going to be anybody, if it should have been anybody, rather, like it should have been you, is what I'm kind of picking up on. To a certain degree, I feel like this is somebody who views you like you have it all together to a certain degree. And they may feel like a mess that you kind of, they may feel like you look at them like they're a mess or someone that needs saving. They feel like that you do this for them though. Like you're able to see where it hurts and you make everything feel better. I feel like this is somebody who doesn't feel heard or seen genuinely by other people the way they feel with you. I think they view themselves as somebody that, like, I wouldn't be surprised if this person has, like, ADHD or something like that. Like, if they can't stay focused or can't see still, like, this is somebody who feels like that them being nervous or waiting for the right time to say something or express themselves, like, it's bothering them. You know? Like, it's bothering them. To a certain degree, part of them feels like you pushed them away. To a certain degree, they feel like they understand, like they probably didn't help the situation. There's some type of factor in that regard when it comes to the situation between you and this person. Very interested to know, like, how do they feel about you? How does this person feel about my previous life as pal? They feel like that you're a very deep person. I feel like the more they learn about this connection, the more they learn about themselves. And I think this is somebody that thinks about you a lot when they're by themselves. They feel like that you're a piece of them. Like, they literally feel like that you're them in another body. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody that feels like you guys are like twin flames. I feel this person, it might be triggering for them to deal with you, knowing that you guys are so much alike, because they feel like a hypocrite almost. They feel like a deep connection, a deep bond with you, almost like a maternal bond as well. They feel like there's potential in this connection. They don't feel like things are over between you and them. It's like, now I'm thinking about Dark Side of the Moon. Oh my gosh, these are lots of people that I'm channeling that are like supposed to be counseled or whatever. That's the thing. Like, this is somebody who feels like that you and them may not have the best reputation. It might not be a connection that they could like. How do I say this? Like, other people might not like the fact that they support you, or they might not support this relationship that you guys have. Put it that way. Because they might not support the idea of you being with them, and they could see that. They probably feel as though, like, when everybody else goes against them, like, you have loyalty to them, is what I want to say. They feel like they can trust you. They feel like you're somebody that could, with everything that you know about this person, whether they told you or not, I feel like you're very intuitive. Everything that you know, you could have done some horrible things to this person, but you haven't. I feel like this person here has been feeling like a lonely person in a crowded room for quite some time, but when the company of you, they feel like safe, like it doesn't matter, you know. I think this is somebody that spent a lot of time. This person's name could start with an X. I'm thinking about the Wolverine or X-Men. Somebody's name could be Xavier. What's Wolverine's actual name? Let me look. Logan. Somebody's name could be Logan. Doesn't have to be. I think that somebody's name could also be Jane or Gray. Jean, right? Something like that. Somebody here can have gray hair as well. Doesn't have to be, but this person here feels like you soften them. They could be an asshole. They probably were an asshole to you, but you just don't. You don't charge it to this person's heart. They feel seen. They feel like that you balanced them out. You show them a new way of being. You can get with them though when they get like that. They feel like that you're mature. Like when they don't act right, as opposed to being hateful, you weaponize your presence in this person's life, and it works. Like, it works. To a certain degree, they feel like you gentle parent them in the most loving way possible. They do feel like you balanced them out, because we do have both of the King of Wands here. They feel like you march to the beat of your own drum, no pun intended, and you allow them to be themselves. You don't try to change them at all. They feel celebrated by you. They feel like you see something in them, and it makes them more confident, because if you see it in them, and it must be true. That's how they view you. That's how they feel about you. Aww. That's so sweet. How do they view, how do they think that my baby K's feel about them? They think that you have a deep bond with them, but it's platonic. They don't think that you love them. They don't think that you're tied down to this the way you are. They think you look at them as a friend, as a platonic soulmate, you know, and that you're looking for something else, something deeper. They think that you see them clearly and that you're not interested. That's how they think. They think you're emotionally detached, you know. What does a person on your mind genuinely want out of this connection between you and them? What do they want for this relationship? Okay. More intimacy is what I want to say. Like, it's not just like this person here. They would like to catch up. I feel like it's been a long time since you and this person spoke. They would like for you guys to be to see each other more, like be more acquaintance. Like, even if this is somebody who feels like that maybe you guys never actually were in a relationship or never actually dated, or maybe there's no potential for that in the future, from this person's perspective. But it's like they wish that you guys could be in the same circles. They wish they could talk to you. They wish they could see you sometimes. It's like an energy surrounding, like, this person doesn't even meet you out in the wild. You know, they want to know what's going on. They want to catch up with you. And we got the Emperor twice. So I feel like this is somebody that what they want, I think this person wants to, they want to like organically meet with you, because I'm reminded of the song by Leon Thomas. Somebody's name could be Tommy or Leon, or start with a W, like William Wall, something like that. But this person here, like the song, he said, in my head, I already had you 1,000 times. You made me work harder than most, but baby, I don't mind. Before you even realize that you were mine. Your hair been growing lately, and I don't mind. I like to chase too much. You know, you play too much. But when I got you in front of me, I knew it wouldn't take too much. This person just wants to see you again. Like, if I could see you, I know that it'll go back to normal. That's how this person feels. Like, you was to see me. And if I was to see you, what's understood won't have to be explained. Like, that's what they want. They want intimacy in this connection. They want to organically run into you. They feel like they don't see you anymore. They want to touch you. Like, they want to hug you. They want to catch up. If this person has kids, like I said, they want you to meet their kids. They have pets, they want you to meet their pets. They want you to just be involved in their life. They want you to see where they've grown. This person might be doing something in the health industry, or they might be making healthier choices, and they want you to see that, you know. For some of you guys, it's like not enough, because you probably are like, but I heard Curtis was supposed to love me. Like, the idea that this person here may have kids somewhere else that might not be comforting for you to hear. But for some of you guys, I just feel like this is somebody that they just want you in their life. Like, I think this person is they feel safe with you. They feel like you protect them. Like, they don't feel like the ugly duckling when they're around you. And I think that that's very important, you know. It's very important. I want to pull a couple more cards, but we're running out of space. So I'm going to pull some more cards, and I'm going to like change the screen real quick. Okay, I'm getting these out the way because I feel like this person has a lot to say, a whole lot to say. So let's see. I want to know, you know, ultimately, how does this person's upbringing affect how they show up to my viewers just like this pile? I think this person too can relate to having a mother figure that was emotionally all over the place, closed off and guarded. But you make this person feel safe and seen. I feel like this mother figure got this way after something, like maybe after a divorce or something. They probably look just like their daddy. Their mom probably is like fair complected with long hair. But you remind them of the best parts of this person. And that's what affects like why they show up for you. You remind them a lot of their mom, whether you're male or female. Let's see. So, what is my baby case? What are they supposed to learn from this connection, this relationship? Spirit, living God. That you deserve good things. You can have good things. You can attract good things, right? What are my baby kids supposed to teach this person? The same thing. But also, I would like to add that what you're going to teach this person is what you invest in grows. And, you know, good things stand the test of time. I feel like you were meant to teach this person loyalty in a different way. Like, I feel like you were meant to teach this person that some things just are. Some things are just meant to be. And I think that you were meant to make this person go deep into realize what's real and what's fake. This person has a lot of people around them. contrary to you. Like for you, you don't require much. It's just like that one person in your corner, right? It's quality over quantity with you, but it's the same lesson you're meant to teach this person, just a different factor, because it's just somebody that's overwhelmed by options. So if I've said this before on my channel, if I gave you 100 chocolates and I said, okay, which one is your favorite? It's going to be hard. You probably can narrow it down to a cool 10, but it's going to be hard for you to say which one is your favorite out of the 100 chocolates that you just tasted right then and right there. That's what this person's life is all the time. So I feel like for you, what you're meant to teach this person is like, the same day you plant the seed is not going to be the same day you eat the fruit. If anything that comes too easy ain't worth having, for one. And two, it's like when 𝒯𝒾𝓂𝑒 𝒮𝓁 had that little lesson he had in one of his plays where he was like, some people are like the roots of a tree. They're going to always be there and they're going to help you grow. Some people are like the branches. They cool for a little bit, but you step out on them and it gets too hard, they're going to break. And some people are very seasonal. They like fruit. So they come and go. They're not there for the long time. And you have to know the difference between your leaves, your branches, and your roots. And I feel like for you this person's roots. You keep them grounded. And I feel like you help them bear life. You help them bear fruit. You help them grow and branch off into be bigger. Right? I feel like for you, the lesson you're supposed to teach this person is like the giving tree. You know? This is one of those, if you haven't read that book, you should read it, because that's the best way I could describe the way you give love. For this person, the way they give love has always been materialistic. The way they express love is, I buy you things, I do nice things for you, I show up for you, I show you off. And for you, you're not a materialistic person. So without realizing it, they could turn you off by, for you can feel like they make your love transactional. So I do something for you, you buy me something. But I did it, like, or you give me money, but I did this because I love you, not because I want your money. Does that make sense? Or not because I want a favor, right? And then they'll end up offending you without realizing it. But they were meant to tell you that what you have is valuable and that your love shouldn't come free. Does that make sense? And I know you like, Chad, something that can be branded. You can feel like my love don't cost a thing, but it should. It's pure, you know? And that's the way I feel like you guys are meant to balance each other out in this relationship. What is going to happen in the near future in this relationship between them and this person you're asking about? Something very idealistic. I think communication, reassurance. As opposed to you changing yourself for this person, I think they're going to change for you. They're going to meet you halfway. Meet me in the middle. I think they're going to, they might pen you a message. They might text you and write you something very heartfelt, and it's going to be straight to the point as well at the same time about how they feel. Like, I think they're going to write you something or say something to you, and it's going to, like, I feel like whatever it is, they're going to be very serious and intentional about it, right? What challenges may come with this? I do think this person's going to put you in a spot. It's going to be very direct, like, I think this person's going to bear their soul. And for some of you guys, they might want to see you. Like, it might be like randomly, like, they might randomly be like, what are you doing? Can I hang out with you? Like, it's just like, soon. Like, randomly, like, overwhelmed, like, I need to hear from you. Can I see you? I said, like, hey, like, what you doing? Can you talk? If you've been getting calls from a number and you keep hanging it up, like you don't answer it, but it's just a call, it's never a text from a specific number, answer it. 2 to 2 o'clock is the time which I say that, because it might be this person. They might keep calling because they just know you're not going to answer, and then it's like y'all might be put on the spot, right? But I feel like there's going to be some communication soon between you and this person. The good things that are going to come, I think that you and this person are going to have a conversation, and you're going to realize you have more in common. And I think a misunderstanding is going to be cleared up as well. I think that this person here, this is how do I say this? If this person was entertaining somebody else, I think the good thing is that I don't think that'll be anymore. And I know that sounds like harsh or fucked up, because I feel like this is a situation where This is somebody that only talked to somebody because they thought they would never be able to speak to you again. You're not a plan B, you always was plan A. You understand what I'm saying? And I feel like anything else was like a last resort. But for a lot of you guys, I'm not really getting this person to do somebody else. I feel like more so this is going to be like a confirmation, clarity for you. Because I feel like it was a conversation that you had with God where it's like, I just don't get it. I don't understand it. You know? Why do I feel this and why wouldn't it go away if it's not? You know? And I think this person's going to jump through hoops to like tell you how they feel and express themselves to you very soon, to be honest with you. What are their intentions with my baby case? They want to woo you. They want to romance you and have you crazy about them again. I think this person here wants to give you an offer you can't refuse. And they want to do it quickly. Like they want to get out their own way. And just quickly just come around you. You know? They do. See, this person here, you might view this person as your Daisy, and they view you as Daisy. Both of you guys are the Gatsby in your own story, right? And I feel like this person here, they intend to move fast, but I don't feel like it's going to be as fast as you would like it to be, right? I feel like that's their intentions, but it's so hard. Now, I'm getting so many, like, songs for your pal, because I'm hearing Stuttering by Jasmine Sullivan. There's something that I want to say, but something keeps getting in the way, and there's got to be a reason why I'm stuttering. Yeah, this person here, they might literally have a stutter, to be honest, for some of you guys. Or they just get so choked up when it comes to you. You know? It's so frustrating because I don't want to let you down. My mind is racing, but it won't come out. I can't believe that I can't talk, but it's not my fault. It's something that you do that's got me stuttering. So, let's see. Let's get an advice card. Like, what you need to know around the situation. What do you need to know? That way, what do you need to know about this connection they're asking about? Okay. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. Trust the transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it would automatically transform. So if you love it, let it go. And if it comes back to you, it's meant to be. Right? I think that the hardest thing right now is to, like, allow your feelings to come and go. Observe them and let them come and go. Because I do feel like that there's going to be a new beginning between you and this person. And you guys will have the opportunity to laugh. And some of the things that really hurt you, like once you're in front of this person, you might not even find yourself able to hold on to that anger. And I don't feel like this person will be either. I just think that you shouldn't rush it. You know, allow everything to unfold naturally the way it's meant to. So now I'm going to do your channeled like love message. So I can see, like, if this person was to tell you something, like if they were to come clean about their feelings, you understand what I'm saying? Like, what would they say? Like what would it be? Because I feel like you're going to get some type of correspondence or letter from this person soon. But I just want to get into the hidden truth, like, about their true feelings for you. I'm going to pull a couple cards and we're going to move on to the next pile. What is the hidden truth about how this person feels about my baby case? Yeah, what is the hidden truth this person feels about my baby case? I don't know why this happened. Yeah, I kind of picked up on, like, this person here. It's like time moved by so fast, and they just don't get, like, how did you guys end up here? Because I'm here in December. Who am I to you? Where do we stand? Are you my man? You told me you were through and you was leaving her for me. That ain't what I heard. You said you loved me in December. I remember. So I feel like things just went, like, ego got involved and things got convoluted and, like, confusing. And they don't know how to feel right now, you know? They wonder how you feel because they don't feel like they have permission to have this possessive energy towards you. You know, they don't feel like they they deserve to feel what they feel in the present moment, like guilt or resentment. You know, they want you to know that they do love you, you know, and that no matter what, they can't get enough of you. You know, they're not over you at all, and they just don't know if you and them share the same sentiment in the present moment in regards to this relationship. They feel like that it's overwhelming. They feel like this is something to where it's confusing. You know, how did you guys end up at this point? They feel like that, you know, they have to dream to meet up with you. Now I'm hearing Not Over You by David McGraw. It's a lot, and I keep saying 222. There's a synchronicity. You may be seeing the angel number a lot lately, but this person here, it feels as though you are meant to be with them, and they hope that you feel the same sentiment, and that may be what it is. Like, they care about you so much, but being that they pushed you away and they don't know how or why, they don't know if it's a divine separation, and that's why they feel like that, hey, should I feel this way? Should I care? Should I love you? Should I walk away? Because I don't know if I'm hurting myself by holding on to this, or this is how I'm meant to feel in the present moment. Like, I just need answers. I need to know if you feel the same way. Are we on the same page? You know, this person here feels like that if they would be around you, you would have all the answers. You know? And honestly, they just feel like that. I won't be like they definitely cried over you. And there's also like some sexual tension that I'm sensing that you guys, you know, you may or may not know about. I wouldn't be surprised if you've been fantasizing about this person a lot lately. I think this person definitely wants you back in their energy, and they just feel like that they're wrong for wanting this, because they feel like that you've moved on, you don't care anymore. At least not in the same capacity in which they think that they care about you, or they feel about you. That's how they feel. You know, it's not necessarily reality, but this is how they feel when it comes to this connection between you and them. They just feel like it's just too much water on the bridge. And for a lot of you guys, I feel like there's too much love for you to hate this person, you know, even if you feel like you should. So, angels, what message do you want to give my viewers? And we're going to bring this to a close. What message do you want to leave my viewers regarding this relationship? Perfect timing. A lot about divine timing. A lot of you guys, both of you are wanting this relationship to move a lot faster than what it's meant to be, right? This card says, now is the perfect moment for you to act on your inspirations. The doors are open. While you walk through them with us by your side, don't delay or procrastinate, as all of the ingredients are right for your success. Everything and everyone is on your side, supporting a positive outcome. So it's one of those situations where, yes, this is meant to be for you. This is a connection that is going to thrive. You and this person will be together, but it's going to happen in divine time. You have to trust the process. If you have to trust that the separation is working for you, not against you. And at the end of the day, you just have to look at this period of isolation as a period for building, right? And finding yourself, because life isn't about being attached to somebody. It's wonderful to have a life partner, but it's just that it's still your life. At the end of the day, even if you do get buried in the same plot as somebody, their casket will go on top of yours. You're going to be in your casket by yourself. So I don't mean to be like grim when I say that. It's just your life and your story. It begins and ends with you, and the characters along the way, they just make it fun, right? So treat yourself and love yourself. You've been doing a lot lately, and it's time for you to receive love. So be open for it when it comes into your life. It's time that you make a balance of like giving and receiving, because that's what's going to like keep you like preserved and healthy spiritually, mentally, and physically. You know, just keep your energy, your mood, and your motivation like at a constant high level, and you may be able to manifest this a lot faster than what you realize. Don't do it with the intent of, I'm going to manifest this person and they're coming. Just know that it's happening, and don't try to put a time limit on it. Don't try to wait for this person. Don't limit your interaction with other people because you're waiting on this person. Just allow things to take place and unfold naturally. Like I said, observe your feelings, feel them out, and release them, you know, as they come. So with that being said, this will be a reading. As always, I love you to the money back. And of course, around the whole. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.
If this channel has blessed you, encouraged you, or brought you clarity, I invite you to sow a seed. You see, giving isn't about pressure, it's about partnership. Scripture says, "Give, and it will be given to you. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over." That's Luke 6:38. If you feel led, your support helps me continue showing up and pouring into this space. Thank you for every seed, every prayer, and every share.
What's good, my beautiful baby case? It's your girl Key, your favorite psychic on the tube, and as always, we are back with another sugar-free production. So, in this reading, we're basically trying to figure out why your love life is the way it is. I'm not necessarily insinuating that it's one way or the other. I just want to talk about, your platonic relationships and how they influence, your love life, whether it's positively or negatively, and other ways that you should be able to analyze, your interpersonal relationships based off the information that we find in today's reading. If you guys hear me moving around, I'm still getting set up. And I want to make sure that I pull the cards as I go. You guys will see the cards shift and change. But we'll do this in reading in parts. So this will be a very in-depth reading. So yeah. I say that all to say we're going to start off with your platonic connections first, because I think that's a very good segue into your romantic connections. And yeah, without further ado, let's just get straight into it. For those of you who select this pile, you guys chose the thinking man. I feel like that for a lot of you guys, what you need to know right now in love is that, for one, you're not crazy. I will say that. I feel like you're the type of person to where a lot of people, or at least somebody that you're thinking about in the present moment, this person here made you feel like you have egg on your face. May have even clowned you, or maybe this person picks on you, or they're annoying to a certain degree. Either it's either you want this or don't. It's the talking stage is dead. I feel like there's somebody where you feel like you're just tired of playing mental gymnastics with this individual. Somebody that is appearing to you that is non-committal. This might be you, but for a lot of you guys, it's somebody that you're thinking about. And I feel like this person is presenting themselves like an asshole, almost like a jester of some sort. But I do think that you're right on the money regarding how this person feels about you. You might be frustrated because you might be like, okay, what about me says I'm down for a clown ass nigga or a clown ass bitch? What about me is giving that? I feel like you're in a state to where right now you're self-reflecting. What about me is misinterpreting confusion as love, right? If you've chosen this pile, I feel like what you need to know right now in love is that I think that it's high time that you protect yourself from situations and people, places, and things that are constantly keeping you in a guessing energy. Now, that's for some of you guys. The other energy I'm picking up on is for a lot of you guys, you may have met somebody that reminds you a lot of yourself, which is probably why I'm like, you might be a Gemini, if that resonates. Why I feel like this could be you, but this could be somebody else. I feel like that you might have met your match. And this is somebody that is meant to make you reflect on how you express love and your past relationships. Because for a lot of you guys, I feel like it's out of sight, out of mind. I would not be surprised. I'm not a doctor, but I would not be shocked or surprised if you guys are on the spectrum of some sort. So maybe you have ADHD, ADD, or something like that, autism, or something like that. Because it literally just feels like a lot of times you don't realize you miss people until you're interrupted in your reality by something that reminds you of certain individuals, right? I feel like there's somebody that's been heavy on your mind as of late, and I think that it's frustrating because this person here, we probably felt played. Yeah, so I heard a player got played. So this is somebody that pulled a you on you as of recently. Now, I will say this. What you've learned about the situation, if you guys are in a stage where it's like, damn, was that my karma? Yes. Does that mean this person isn't interested? I'm not saying it at all, but I do feel like this is somebody that's your karma, especially if you're somebody that plays a lot of games, right? So we're going to get into details about this. I feel like this is one of those energies where a lot of people might be drawn to this particular pile. There's a lot of things tied into one. Would not be shocked if you're drawn to more than one pile either. You could be an Aries, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, picking this pile, or have these placements heavily aspected in your chart. So, I want to know who in your platonic relationships, or platonic connections, rather, has influenced the way you love the most, the way you express love, right? I feel like this is going to be a mother figure of some sort. I also feel like for those of you that may identify with having a lot of, like, maybe you were the kid that didn't get along well with, like, your family. Would not be shocked if you came from an extremely religious family, or a family where they had their own, like, you felt weird all the time. You felt shut out. So maybe you had a mom that had company or parties and things like that, and it was like, oh my gosh, like, I can't. Like, I literally, like, I just can't. Like, maybe everybody in your family loves your mom, or maybe all your friends loved your mom. Maybe your friends had crushes on your mom. It's like, oh my gosh, like, everybody gets to experience this lady but me, you know? For others of you guys, this could be an energy surrounding, like, maybe it wasn't that your mom was somebody that did you like that. You could have been a friend that had a best friend that everybody liked, that was super popular, or a sister that, or a brother that everybody was cool with, and you were just like the tag-along almost. Like, you were the person that, like, was at it. You always felt like a third wheel, rather. That's what I'm kind of picking up. Or like you just didn't belong, like you just wanted to escape. Would not be shocked if you used to hide and read books, or used to, like, just start, like, sun gaze, or just, like, climb trees or something like that. Like, I just want to be, like, I reject. Some of you guys, if you are a woman, I wouldn't be shocked if you went through, like, a phase where you rejected your femininity solely because you didn't want to mimic this maternal figure. And I don't feel like that when you look at this person, you like, oh my god, I hate my sister, oh my god, I hate my mom. I just feel like there's this energy surrounding, like, I'm hearing creep, you know? What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. You just probably felt like an alien all the time. You know, some of you guys, you probably felt like, how do I say this? Like, people probably love certain things about you. They might have loved your gifts. They might have loved your hair. They might have loved your style. They might have loved your art. But maybe you didn't feel like people genuinely loved you. That might not necessarily be true, but I feel like for a lot of you guys, there was always this, like, I feel like you were the kid that's, like, daydreamed a lot. Like, people probably was like, snap out of it, pay attention. Like, people probably did that to you an awful lot when you were growing up, because it was like, you was always somewhere else. Even when you were, like, present, you were somewhere else all the time. I do feel like at a young age, you had a strong connection with God, but it was unique to you. The way it was expressed, I would not be shocked if you could see things that other people couldn't see, you know? And I also wouldn't be shocked if you were somebody that, like I said, had a lot of long-distance friends. So maybe you used to like the kid that used to get in trouble, as an example, for some of you guys, for having, like, online relationships, or maybe, like, maybe you used to meet up with people, like, that you met online, like strangers or whatever, or maybe you was that person where, like I said, you was probably, like, I don't know, maybe you had Roblox profiles, or you guys remember WeWorld? Oh, I'm telling my age. Or MySpace Kick, you know what I'm saying, where you just be talking any and everybody. Like those little chat rooms, you know what I'm saying, like, you know how Google has, like, it's always, like, this energy surrounding, like, wanting to find your crowd. You might have went to, like, a high school that was really, really big too, right? I wouldn't be shocked if, like, your mother figure, particularly, like, had you moving around a lot. Like, maybe you grew up in a military family, maybe you just had a mom that just wanted to do, like, nothing was structured, put it that way. Like, nothing was, like, you were constantly just trying to escape from whatever, like, your life was. It was like, it has to be more. There has to be more to life than just this. I feel like someone that influenced your life, I wouldn't be shocked if, like, your father figure remarried. And I feel like that this father figure, you may, like, favor this person an awful lot. I think that the way this person shows up for their new spouse, as opposed to the way they showed up for your parent, influenced the way you show love, or some energy surrounding. For a lot of you guys, maybe you knew your father loved your mom, but maybe your mom tolerated your father. that may be something that you grew up experiencing, that you know about. I feel like for a lot of you guys, there was this energy surrounding. I do think that you had a much closer relationship with your dad than you did your mom. And maybe this is something that you were not by, like, your father figure may not have had like a stable space as an individual. If he did have his own space, it was probably because he was living with somebody at the time. But by himself, I don't think for long your father was like alone by himself. You know what I'm saying? This is just kind of giving, like, for some reason they're showing Mrs. Doubtfire. So your father could have been animated, he could have been fun, he could have been cool, like age appropriate. I feel like for a lot of you guys, your mom could have exposed you to things that you weren't interested in. Maybe this person here, like, you might have had a mom that tried to be your friend, or they really just didn't do nothing at all. It was one or the other. Either they was trying to be your friend, or it was like they was just focused on being like your age, like actually your age, actually young, like irresponsible. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like this is like either your power or it's not. These are the things that influence the way you express love. In what ways do these people impact the way they express love? I feel like the way they express love, for one, I feel like that you're an extremely artistic person. I feel like you're very creative, and I do think that this may have been something that a way in which your family may have bonded with you, or your friends, or may have bonded with you, like, hey, let's draw this, or hey, they might have commended you on the things that you create, like, you're really good at drawing, you're really good at singing, you're really good at dancing, hey, come and do that little dance for grandma. Like, they probably did you like that. This is like reminded me when Who Won the World Girls came out by Beyonce, and we used to make my sister do that shoulder dance all the time because we discovered that she knew how to do it, and it was so funny. And she used to be like, oh, guys. But it's giving that, like, I feel like that that's how you cope with, like, the beautiful things, or how you remember them fondly. So it might be cooking, if you used to cook with your parents. It might be the way you decorate your house. It might be the way you dress up, the way you bond with these people, or what way you express love, or like how, that's translated over the years. Maybe you were just known for, like, your unique fashion. Maybe your mother allowed you to have that creative freedom for your, like, dress. You understand what I'm saying? It could be things like that, where I feel like your love language, like the way you express love, it shows this. So maybe you're the type of parent, or maybe the type of friend, or maybe the type of lover where you'll go by the essentials for, like, your family members and your lovers. Like, hey, like, I know you really into art, and you know exactly what crayons to get, what pens, what crochet needles, etc., etc. Or you'll make something. Like, I'm going to draw a picture of you, or I'm going to throw you a party, but I'm going to do a balloon arrangement myself. I'm going to, like, you probably really know how to throw a party if your mom was a party person, or you really know how to dress, or you'll help your friends feel better by getting them dolled up. That may be how you express it. Like, we're going to do your makeover if that's something that your mom or your dad used to do together. Or I'm going to cook you food if y'all used to cook. It's something like that where I feel like that's how you express love. That's how you influence your love life. I feel like that your love life is positively influenced by these people nonetheless. But I feel like the shadow aspects of how you express love with these individuals is that there's always this awkwardness. Like, waiting for permission to be yourself. So maybe you was told to be quiet a lot. Maybe you naturally were quiet because you grew up in a really loud family where maybe you're the middle child, right? So everybody had a lot of stuff going on, and you just wanted to just fade away sometimes. Maybe there was like this burden of like, oh, you're the good one, and it's like I don't necessarily disagree with the oldest sibling. I don't necessarily disagree with the younger sibling. I just don't want to hear y'all mouth because I see how they treat it and I don't want none. It's something like that might be significant for some of you guys, where it's just like, maybe you always have to be the peace. You always have to, like, be self-sacrificial or be in agreement because you saw other people go against the grain. So maybe the youngest sibling was off the rails, and the older sibling was off the hinges, off the rails, off the chain, all of the above, like, way out of pocket in a whole nother, realm. You understand what I'm saying? Whether it was good or bad. Either they were overachieving or they were underachieving. Either the best thing ever, or they were just doing, like, bad. And they might have teeter-tottered between it, so it was kind of like an energy surrounding, like, This Hangman kind of gives me like Alice in the Wonderland. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if art was your escape in its entirety. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, for a lot, like, you might struggle with feeling accepted or like believing people when they tell you that they like you for real. You understand what I'm saying? Allowing people to express love into your life overall. You might struggle with letting people get close to you because you might feel like it's weird. Like, what's your motive? What are your intentions with me? Like, what is it? What do you want? Everybody wants something. You understand what I'm saying? I do feel like that there are ways in which, like, how they influence your love life. I do feel like the way you express love at times can be either self-sacrificial or materialistic to a certain degree. You might be frustrated with what other people do for your loved ones when you can't. And that might be a shadow aspect. Like, you might be mad. Like, let's just say you don't have the funds to buy diapers and formula, as an example. Some of you guys like, I breastfed or whatever. You might not have the funds to buy diapers and formula, but without realizing it, you'll have, like, unresolved resentment to the person that might offer you money to do it. You understand what I'm saying? And you struggle with that because maybe you had parents that refused assistance or made people feel bad for offering help. So maybe you grew up with a mom where you had people that was trying to help your mama with y'all, but she was cussing these people out. It's like, dang. So sometimes these people show up and, like, the way you express love, as an example, or this could be energy surrounding. Maybe you had, as an example, of a parent that was part-time, meaning y'all, like a co-parent situation with one parent, we was with them like all the time, and the other person you see on the weekends or on a holiday schedule. And this person might have been the type of person where they had a lot of money, or they made you feel like money was an object because they overwhelmed you with gifts to compensate for their absence. So when you were not in a position to do that, at times you feel frustrated, uneasy, obligated to figure something out, right? I do feel like that how they influence, like, your love language. I do feel like this energy surrounding, like, you're really, like, health conscious. So if you grew up around alcoholics or addicts, something like that, you're the type of person where you're like, I just don't want to be that person. I don't want to be like that. Whether it's about, like, mental health, maybe you had a depressed mom or a childish mom. It's like, I just don't want to be like that. I don't, or if it's like emotional, like, irregulation, like, I'm just not going to continue to be that way. You know, I'm going to make a difference. Because this apple makes me think of an apple a day keeps the doctor away. You could have been one of the first people in your family to be like, I'm going to therapy, I'm going to the chiropractor, I'm going to the gym, I'm going to be in sports, I'm going to do dance, I'm going to do this and that. Like, you could have been the type of person where, or you, even if you can't do this for yourself, you encourage the people around you to make those changes and decisions, because you able to see, like, damn, like, so-and-so is so gifted, but they get high. And that's why, no, the world would never know if they could play saxophone, as an example. You know, I do feel like that sometimes you could be like a maiden. So that's where that self-sacrificial thing come in. Especially if you was always hosting parties, your parents was always inviting people over. You always have to make plates and all that other shit. Like, I can see where your love language could. Some of you guys like to swim or be in water a lot. Like, or you could be a water sign or have water heavily aspected in your chart as well. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, that is. Because my ear just started to feel like it had water in it randomly. But like I was saying, like, you could, like, your mom could have been an extreme neat freak. So either you reject cleanliness altogether, or you could be this way, or you could be real particular, right? And you could teeter-totter between the two. Like, you could be like, no, we must have this. We gotta have the 3 different types of cleaner. We gotta do this and this. Or you could just be like, fuck that shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter. You understand? Something like that could be significant. I want to know about, like, overall, what are your platonic connections, your platonic love life? What does it look like in the present moment? I think that you've kind of, like, I wouldn't be surprised if you weaponize communication with people. Like, there's some people that know you don't fool with them. It's like, I'm glad that you know that I don't fool with you like that. Like, you set some boundaries with a lot of people. Like, I'm not going for that. You're not going to talk to me like this. I don't care if we speak ever again. You pick the side, stay there. There's this energy that you have with a lot of people in your platonic connections where if we never speak again, that's on you and I'm cool either way. You understand what I'm saying? If it's fuck me in your book, we on the same page. That's where I feel like you're expressing yourself. Like, it might be like that. Like, and it could be with your day ones. It's like you at that point. Or it could be with people that you've known since you was young. Maybe not day one. It could just be like, I'm not young no more. I'm not a kid no more. So I don't care if you feel like it's disrespectful. It's like, I'm protecting my peace. I feel like for a lot of you guys, this is something that was a long time coming. So this is like, people might be blindsided. They might be like, where is this coming from? But this is something you always want to say. Because we just talked about that middle child type of energy and syndrome that you might have, where it's like, you let a lot of stuff slide. And it's to the point to where you like, I'm not going to keep doing this. And a lot of people want to say, oh, you being mean or you being harsh, or they want to put you in a box. But no. If I got to choose between me and you, at this point, what you think is going to happen? That's where I feel like you at with the whole situation. I also feel like there's a situation with your platonic connections where there might be a sibling that you was heavily connected to, that I feel like you and this person might be at odds, but I feel like this is a situation where, or you might like have had issues where you were at odds, but I think now you know where that comes from now. Where the trauma, where the trigger comes from. I think you know now it really wasn't the sibling. Because for me, this is giving thing one thing too. One of you guys could have been really neat, really organized, and the other one could have perceived the other sibling as being chaotic, or vice versa. One could be chaotic and they can look at the other one like a stick in the mud. But both of you guys were in the same environment, and you guys had to survive the best way you could. What was good for the goose wasn't always good for the gander. And I feel like this is a relationship where I think that at this point, y'all might have each other back, but y'all might struggle with, like, because I do feel like how y'all coexisted in an environment where y'all both was uneasy or with a lot of instabilities is different. Y'all went through things different. You might have things that bind you. You might have responsibilities that this other person does not have, or if they could not handle, they don't handle. But I do feel like that y'all might have opinions about, again, the life that you guys live as individuals. Nonetheless, I feel like this is somebody that I feel like is having to learn, like, who you are. Y'all might be just now in a phase where y'all get each other, y'all understand each other. Even whether y'all speak it or not, you understand this person's plight, they understand your plight. I do feel like that there's an energy surrounding, maybe you found your voice, but there's like this energy surrounding, like maybe there's some things that I could have done better, stuff that I could have said. You might be open to repairing some things. For some of you guys, this could be like your kids. Maybe you started over with your kids making a difference, and that's how you're healing. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if like this mother figure or like this sibling at some point you probably felt like they was trying to take over or trying to pin your kids against you at a certain point. But I don't feel like that was intentional or deliberate. I just feel like that might have been how you perceived it based off what the preconceived notion that you already have with this person, based off your previous experience with this individual. But I feel like you and this individual are constantly evolving and changing at the same time. I do feel like that you and this person have created gifts that y'all can now express, and I feel like you and this person are just now in a space to where y'all can acknowledge that there was a certain amount of pain that took place, and you're moving forward from it. One of you guys might have moved forward and forgiving your parents quicker than the other. The other one was like, no, I'm gonna stand 10 toes on this. Like, I'm mad at mama and daddy. They gonna pay. Like, one of you guys was like, there might have been a contingency where there was a lot of conflict because one person could have felt betrayed, because it's like, I don't see how you could talk to mama and daddy like that, or I don't see how you could let your mama and daddy talk to me like that if this is step siblings or in-laws or stepchildren or whatever, right? I don't see how you could choose somebody that neglected you, or choose somebody that neglected us, right, over this, right? I don't see how you could do that. But it's at a point to where I feel like that now you guys are in a space to where you guys have grown in separate ways. Yeah, I understand. Y'all don't have to be a monolith. You might have grew up in an environment where people always, maybe you had to match with this person. He was always stuck with this person. You ever had a sibling where it's like, oh my gosh, like, I gotta take you everywhere, like, or a niece or something like that, or a nephew, or it's like, oh my gosh, like, but it's like on one end it's like you helping, but people resenting you for the help you get. It could be that as well. So maybe it wasn't a mother figure in regards to your mom. Maybe your sibling had kids at a young age, and you deal with the ups and downs regarding that, and that influences how you show up with love. Because it's like, I'm not gonna get attached to nobody's kids moving forward, because I know how people are. They get mad when you get close to their kids and they snatch them away, and I'm not dealing with that no more, right? It could be that. It's like you learned your lesson at the end of the day regarding something or somebody. You could be in a space now where you try to warn people that are younger than you, that are going through the same season like I've been through that, whether it's your children, or just people that you meet in passing, they remind you of you. I feel like you in a state now where you are trying to figure out what like, I put my dreams of my life on hold. What does younger me really need right now? Like, you very focused on like reaffirming yourself and reassuring yourself. You might be even like, you might be the type of person that holds on to older stuff, like old pictures, old yearbooks, old diaries, stuff like that. You could be going back, like, some of the stuff I was feeling I'm feeling now, and I can't let that continue. As an example, like, I can see where that could be something somebody's dealing with. So I want to see about like your romantic life or your romantic energy, because overall, like, I feel like the challenge that you're facing in love is that people are struggling to, like, they want to say you're aggressive or you're mean so bad, but it's really just, I'm over it. I'm tired, you know? And at this point, I feel like it's like they don't get to critique how you did it when you did a lot by yourself. I feel like you were the type of person that was very helpful for other people, but it's reminding me of the story of the red hen. Like, you guys watched me go through a really hard time by myself. And now that it's over, you want a piece of the pie. No. I'm not obligated to share this slice of bread with you when I did all the work going up that hill to the mill to get the wheat and milling the bread and letting the dough rise and all this. And now that you smell that the things is good over here, you feel entitled to experience it with me. And no. And even if I allow you to experience it, you don't get to dictate how I narrate my story when I have to do it by myself. I just can't. I'm just not doing it. It's something like that I feel like you're just not in the mood. And I feel like the good thing is that, to be honest, like, you're going through a revelation of some sort. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that some people are going to get it together if they want to stay in your life. But there's going to be other people that are just not meant to come into this new phase of your life. You know, everybody, my stepmom just told me this morning, she was like, everybody learns to love their stuff at different paces and at different ages. And for a lot of you guys, I feel like you said today is the day. Really, like yesterday. You understand what I'm saying? So, I want to start off with an angel message before we go into your romantic energy. What do your angels have to say to you? Your angels want you to know, thank you for this. Your card that came out is an opportunity to forgive. This situation brings you the opportunity to heal, grow, and release negative patterns. Hold on to the intention of seeing the other person's inner divine light and goodness. We will help you to release unforgiving thoughts, feelings, energies, and lift you to a higher place of peace and compassion. Some of you guys, you could be in a weird space to where it's like, now that you want to do better, I can't stand a lot of people. It's like reminding me of Tammy Rivera. She was saying that there was a point where 𝒯𝒾𝓂𝓒 was cheating and he wasn't doing right, but once he did get it together, she couldn't stand him no more. Now she was a bitch because she couldn't forget. She forgave, but she couldn't forget. And it was always in the back of her mind, so now everything he did got on her nerves. You understand what I'm saying? So some of you guys, you're having a hard time with forgiving people. You know, it's like, I understand two things can exist at once, but it's difficult because if I forgive and move on, it's almost like treating you like what you did don't hold no weight. It's like what happened to me never existed, and I can't allow that to happen. But at the same time, like, the alternative is that you hold on to pain. You understand what I'm saying? So I get that. So you're definitely being encouraged by your angels to forgive, not for other people, but for yourself. So let's move on and to see about this romantic energy and how all this is affecting you and like your love life. You understand what I'm saying?
This summer, the vibes are non-stop. The Trap Tarot Minister has got new episodes dropping every week, so tune in and stay connected. Make sure you check the community board on YouTube for updates.
So if you are thinking of someone right now, go ahead and meet on that person's energy, so I can like pick up on it, right? And this is about romance now at this point. Let's see. Let me see. So, who is on My view, she's like, this kind of has mine. Somebody I feel like, you feel like you now, I see clearly where we stand. You feel like at this point, you see this person clearly, you know now that the ship is sailed. This is somebody I feel like emotionally, you low-key walked away from you. Like, you already withdrawn. Like, you low-key, it's like getting your fair share. You know how they say, and you don't have to be alone particularly, but it's like one of the situations, either if this is a female that you're involved with or feminine energy, someone that's in a feminine energy, I feel like this is somebody that's emotionally disassociated, and you probably feel like this person isn't paying attention. Like, I've walked away and separated years ago and they have no idea and they don't see me, and I've been giving warnings and warnings and warnings and warnings and warnings, and all they see is the hurt, all they see is the storm, but they don't see this storm is not gonna last. Like, I'm going somewhere, like it's like you leaving but you making a lot of noise on your way out the door because you want somebody to wake up. Does that make sense? That's what this is like. I don't know if this is you or this is this person that's doing this. Tell me about what is this on this person's mind when it comes to my viewers, person they're thinking about. This person might feel like that you're causing a scene. This person may feel like that you're dramatic to a certain degree. That's something that's on their mind when it comes to you. This person feels like that you guys should be a unit at all times. Like, it should be one band, one sound, and they feel like that you reject that. Like, you make it a one monkey show when it's not a one monkey show. Like, you guys are a team, but they feel as though at times you act like you're by yourself. And you may feel like that. You might feel like, you know, if we are married, it feels like I'm a single mother or a single father. So I don't get the energy with you like you're a team player. But this person, from their perspective, is they feel like that it's a hidden, quiet resentment between you and this person, because they feel like that it's always about you and what you feel and what you need. And when they get tired of it, you weaponize how they respond in those instances against them. But from your perspective, you feel like that they're counting favors, or that what they're doing and what they're complaining about is what they should be doing. And what about all the things that you do? So it just feels like this is a situation where history may be keeping you and this person together as opposed to like intentions. Because I do feel like this is somebody that you look at this individual as childish to a certain degree. They're exactly where they've been at the first time you guys got together. And whereas you was willing to deal with it then because you might have had something in common, you've grown. So it's like an energy where you feel like there's no growth in this relationship. With this person, they feel the same thing, but I feel like that this is somebody who it's almost like they feel entitled to your presence to a certain degree. This is like somebody that feels like you are theirs, like they possess you to a certain degree. They're very possessive over you. I do feel like this is somebody here, like what's on their mind when it comes to you is that like something about pay the piper. So I don't know, like this person here, to a certain degree, either they owe you money, so that this person might not be able to sustain and handle their life. Avery, this might be a pal, but this person may not be able to handle their life for real without you being there. So they damn near need you, but like they pride get away. This person feels like you take jabs at their self-esteem, and that if this is a masculine energy, they feel like you emasculate them. If this is a feminine energy that you're asking about, what's on their mind when it comes to them is they feel like that you're the favorite. So you might be the favorite parent. You might be like, everybody goes along with what you want, and it's one band, one sound. It's always about you, and they feel neglected. But when they move like how you move, because I'm hearing when I move, you move just like that. This person just wants to matter. They want to be able to be on an equal playing ground, and they don't feel like you make that possible for them. And that's what's on their mind when it comes to them, like you. When did they develop this like perception of my viewers? At a time in which they felt embarrassed by you. And I feel like this is somebody that felt like you embarrassed them, but you played victim. That's their perspective of the situation. They feel as though like you also, some of you guys, like maybe you call people and you vent a lot, or this is like energy surrounding like, if you guys have, like, I don't know if this is like family members that you do this to, but it's like everybody always takes your side or something like that. Or at a time in which everybody did this to them. So maybe they went to go vent. And then this is like reminding me of like the shepherd lady on social media. I was talking about that in one of the other pals, where she's super sweet, but her deadbeat ass husband was talking to his mama about her, and she was like, oh, shepherd is evil. She's evil. She's a witch. You should divorce her. So he got a divorce, but in all actuality, Shepherd wasn't evil. He just wasn't pulling his weight, and he was listening to people that was enabling like that toxic mindset. For some of you guys, it could be that where this person could have developed this like perception of you at a time in which they were going on people that was telling them things that were already like feeding into like this whatever was a major catalyst for like growth in opposite directions between you and this person. Or it could have been you, but I feel like this is both of you guys, and that might be an issue within this relationship. You guys are constantly going to other people as opposed to coming to each other, and by the time you do guys are coming to each other, it's like I care more about being right than being with you. The point that I'm trying to prove is more valid or more important than the relationship, and that's why there's a lot of issues here. Because I feel like both of you guys, you feel like you're going out your way of bending over backwards for the other person, but you guys are expressing love in ways that the other person doesn't need it, and then getting mad when you're not getting what you want, as opposed to listening to each other when you guys say what you genuinely need and want from this relationship. And that's the issue. I feel like this is somebody that developed this reputation, like developed this like perception of you at a time which they feel like, and they may have articulated to you, they feel like you show up better for other people than you do for them, and it makes them angry, it makes them jealous, it makes them resentful to a certain degree. So where is this connection headed between them and the person that they're thinking about? I think that if you're constantly threatening your presence in this person's life or vice versa, I do think this is going to come to a situation to where eventually you're going to get what you've been asking for. So this person may just leave, or you just might leave. For some of you guys, like, I feel like it's going to be this person. Like, I'm hearing sign on paper, like somebody just might just say, you know, I think it's just time that, you know, we walk away. But I feel like that there's an energy here where I feel like specifically a feminine energy, like it's beyond, like if there was a separation, it's getting like to like divorce level as an example, or if it was a separation, it's getting to that point to where it's like I think it's just time, like I do exactly what you're telling me that I should do, leave, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like reminding me, I know that poly couple that be on TikTok where like she's always threatening divorce whenever she doesn't get her way, and the wife just walks, she was like, here's the papers, here's the divorce that you want so bad. I could see where a moment like that could be coming up. And I feel like it's because somebody here, like, I feel like it's not even really calling you a bluff. It's more so like saying, like, I actually do think it's time for us to, like, sever. So I don't want to hate you. It's like an act of maturity. I do love you, but if you don't want me and if like, we're not growing here, we're unhappy, you are truly unhappy, I feel like a conversation like that is going to be had. And that's, again, reminding me of, like, the Shepherd family. She was like, well, James said he doesn't want to be married anymore, and she just didn't fight with him on it. She actually made an event about it. Like, what reading was I talking about that? Was that, I don't know whose reading that was. I think that was a personal reading I was doing. But I was telling somebody where it was like, I think she and the family still do their family vacations with the kids in spite of being divorced. And I think that in a situation, like, she helped him get his apartment. She said, you can stay as long as you want until you find your new place. He ended up moving out in a month. But then he ended up getting fired, which was quite kind of like validation for her, because she was like, obviously, I'm not the only person having an issue with James because he lost his job. So then he started coming back around wearing his wedding ring all of a sudden. But she was like, no, we still gonna get that divorce that you wanted so bad. Remember? Right? Because now that you've already found out that life wasn't what you thought it was, you think it's gonna be a revolving door. No, we're gonna get this divorce. And once they got the divorce, she vlogged the whole thing. Like, on the way to the divorce, signing the paper for the divorce, at the courthouse for the divorce, eating lunch with James after the divorce. Like, she was like, if this is really what you want, I'm not going to force you to stay here with me. And I feel like it's going to get to that point. And once that happens, I feel like that, to be honest, I think that both of you guys are going to learn a valuable lesson about yourselves. I think that you guys are both going to be analyzing the time you spend in this relationship, talking about it as opposed to being about it. I do think there will come a point in your life where I think the challenge will be you remembering the history between you and this person as being better than what it is. But you're able to remember the good times now because this person isn't in your space or in your energy. Because I'm hearing forever don't last always. Somebody's name could be Jasmine, doesn't have to be. Some of you guys may go through a significant like weight change as well, which would be a good thing. But I do feel like you and this person will be able to coexist. If you guys have kids together, y'all will eventually be able to co-parent. I do think that this person, when they move on in their life and you move on in your life, you'll actually be in a better space. you'll be able to have a life if you feel trapped to a certain degree, or doomed to like being a dad, or doomed to being a mom. Like, you guys will have identities separate from each other. And I feel like that would maybe why you'll start to remember the situation as being better than what it is, because you'll see this person genuinely being happy. And if you focus on yourself and your healing, you'll genuinely be happy too. Because I do feel like that you guys are it's a situation where y'all are just better apart. It don't mean y'all have to hate each other. Y'all might be. I do feel like you as a person are soulmates to a certain degree, but I just don't think this is something that deserved a permanent stamp. You know, like, I don't get that. Excuse me. I feel like this is a situation where I think you learned all you needed to learn from each other, and that's okay. That is okay. So what is this person's intentions with my viewers that select this file? Person they're asking about. They want to set the record straight, and they want to be clear about what you genuinely want from this relationship. Because they don't like walking around on eggshells, and they don't like the hostilities, right? And I feel like this person here, they intend to kind of tell you off low key, because it's something that you said or did that they didn't sit right with them. And I feel like this is somebody that's going to stand their ground. They feel like you do it all the time, though. And I feel like typically they might leave or like ignore or like dwindle. Like, they'll say something and I'll leave it alone. But I feel like this is going to be something where they intend to really let you have it about something. That's their intentions. It's like, I don't care about what you think about reality. This is what really took place. And this is what happened. And it doesn't matter what you say, how you do it. Like, this is what really happened. And I feel like that you're going to have an ultimatum with this person where you're going to have a choice whether you're going to speak from a space of pride or love. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, ego is going to get in the way of the situation. I do think this is a situation where, to be honest, you feel as though that the grass is greener somewhere else. And until you can figure that out for yourself, until you can have that space, I feel like it's going to be a situation where you're constantly uncomfortable. I feel like you're in a connection where I don't think you want this person touching you. I don't think that this is somebody that, like, I feel like look at this person makes you upset, because it's one of those situations where anytime I see the devil card, I think about Coraline. It's like you see this person in a way that you can't unsee it. And I started your spread out with that same sentiment. I do feel like the good thing is that you will get what you asked for. And I feel like it's going to come with, like, highs and lows this new season. But I do feel as though, like, it may restore, like, you might feel free, you know? Whereas you might have felt stuck, or you might have felt, like, old and rusty or tired, or just, to a certain degree, like, ran down. I do think that, like, your spark is going to come back, you know, when it comes to situation. If this is something that you want growth in, it is going to require a change on both ends. But if you guys are going to be egotistical, and you guys are going to have place precedence on more on being right as opposed to the relationship itself, then it will be challenges, and it will be exactly what it's been. If you keep doing what you always do, none you won't get what you always got. It's going to require teamwork, right? Period. Other people don't really post on the internet, you know, they ills in their relationship. They just post the engagement photos. Does that make sense? People aren't talking about the times in which they struggle with infidelity in their relationship. People don't really talk about a lot of times in which they struggle with financial insecurities in their relationships. I feel like it's one of those situations where your story, you have to stop caring about the perception that other people have of, like, your relationship, but this is going to take place, and vice versa, right? So I'm going to get a love oracle for you to see what you need to know about this connection. What do you need to know about this relationship? And then we're going to get a message from your person. I do feel like that there is love here. I'm not going to hold you. But I feel like that if you're noticing other people and you want to explore other people, I do feel like this would be a good time to do that. You know, if you want to be free, you know, and this is something where it's like, hey, I'm not into you anymore. Like, I think we should open ourselves up. For me to bring up that polygamous situation, some of you guys, you might open yourself up to a polygamous thing. Like, you do what you gonna do, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and don't worry about me, I ain't worried about you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, some of you guys, it could be that type of situation that you're walking into. But others of you guys, I feel like that this is a situation where you might be like, I'm noticing other people, and I don't want nobody old in my space when I'm experiencing new. right? I just don't want you in my energy thinking that you have access to me, or vice versa, right? But if this is a connection that you genuinely want for others of you guys, I do see potential where, of course, you guys are going to have to be able to sit through the tough conversations and hear things that you don't necessarily identify with, because feelings aren't always logical. So when this person is telling you what they feel, you can't take it as a personal attack, because their feelings are their feelings and it's their responsibility, but they're sharing it with you. It's more of a testament of them being comfortable being vulnerable with you than anything. And who's to say that it didn't take a lot of work for them to tell you how they feel anyway, whether it was logical or not, and vice versa. So you guys have to be more of team players as opposed to ops, if this is going to be a relationship that you're going to have like flourish down the line. So let's get a love message regarding like what this person wants to say to you, and then we're going to move on to the next pal. All right, let's see. Love messages from the person on your mind. I want to know what they want to say. It's like the hidden truth almost. Regarding like what they wish they could tell you, that they're struggling to get the words out. Alright, let's get straight into it. Well, this came out hot. You made this person cry. It's hard for them to talk to you sometimes. And there's a lot of times where we talked about earlier, like their ego being shared, especially if this person is the type to like storm off. A lot of time it's because they spend a lot of time crying. Like, this person probably feels triggered by you, you know? In a lot of ways, I feel like this person here has similar trauma to you, but this person feels like you tap dance on their traumas to a certain degree. They also feel like that if they were to sever ties with you, they would lose much. So maybe their stability, maybe access to their family, their kids, and things of that nature. Maybe it's reputation. I just feel like that they would lose so much if they were to walk away from the situation between you and them. Maybe your kids wouldn't, even if you were to give them access, they probably won't want anything to them. They do value your relationship. They do value your opinions and things. They just want their opinions to matter to you as well. Because at this point, they feel like that they don't know what you want. They feel like you can't have it both ways. You can't hate me and then love me. You understand what I'm saying? You can't get mad when I'm not around and treat me bad when I'm present. You understand what I'm saying? This is somebody that feels like that when you're over something, they expect it to be done. But they have to, like, they aren't allowed to experience things the way they want to. They feel like you can dish it, but you can't take it. And they still feel pain from the beginning. You know, there's still some things that they hold on to that they have happened a long time ago. And they feel like that it's been a long time since they've seen the real you and the dynamic between you. It's been a long time since you guys were able to flirt and have romance in this relationship or dynamic. It's been a long time since you guys were dating without arguing or genuinely having fun. It's been a long time since you guys were able to, like, this person was able to see the version of you that they fell in love with originally, right? I feel like this is just somebody who just sees their life totally different. I do feel like this is somebody that holds on to, they probably have pictures of you when things were good in their mind. They probably have messages, good and bad. Like, this is somebody that holds on to things. They definitely hold grudges. Would not be shocked if you're talking about a Gemini, Aquarius, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Maybe even a Scorpio or a Cancer. Because there's like this energy surrounding. This is somebody that takes everything to heart and they take it down to the grave. Like, this is not somebody that, like, it's like, oh, it happened and they move on quickly. It's like, if you said it, you meant it. That whole thing. So just keep that in mind when dealing with this person. This is just somebody that just, every time they try to take 2 steps forward, they're reminded about, like, older things. Yeah, it's like reminding me of, like, so there's a song I'm writing of the scientists called Reminders. You should listen to it, because I think this is somebody where you and this person, y'all crash out on each other based on old shit all the time. And if you really gonna move forward, you have to let go of old shit. So this will be your reading. As always, I love you guys to the moon and back, and of course, ride those. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Unlock the mysteries of the future, anytime, anywhere. Tune in for psychic predictions that enlighten, entertain, and amaze. Whether you're on the go or relaxing at home, the answers are just a listen away. Get ready to be enlightened right in plain sight. Join us on Patreon for exclusive content, personal readings available upon request. Text our psychic hotline on the screen for more details.
What's good? I'm your baby case of Sugar Key, your favorite psychic on YouTube, and we're back with another Sugar Free production. Ooh, so guys, But let me get to like this pile, right? I feel like that what you need to know right now is that you're going through a very karmic phase in your love life. Whether this is romantic or platonic, I feel like it's both, right? So if you were, as an example, I'm going to give a few examples. If you was a bratty kid, your kid's probably your karma. Or if you were, somehow, some way, you probably met friends and family. If you, like in your platonic situation, if you were mischievous, if you were not honest, if you were rude, if you were disloyal, if you started rumors, if you were a bad friend, you've attracted those people in your romantic life, even in your friendships, things of that nature. On the contrary, right, it doesn't have to be bad. I feel like for others of you guys, where if you've already left that season and you've been like, okay, I'm gonna do right by people. Some of you guys could be hyper vigilant, and it's like, I don't want to have to, like, I feel like a lot of remorse. Like, if you're on the end where I feel like the other people, those are people that didn't feel like they did anything wrong. But if you've been praying for forgiveness or redemption to a certain degree, and you're in a state in your life where you've been trying to lay down, like, the law regarding good karma, even if this wasn't necessarily what you did, maybe you had family members or friends close to you where they were just horrible people, and it's like, I don't want to be like that. So you've been trying to be the right person to break the mold, right? I want to make a difference. If everybody else in your family did drugs, schemed, stole, boosting, scamming, all that other stuff, you're like, I just wanted something different, right? There's one or the other. Some of you guys, it could be both. At different seasons of your life. But I just feel like that for a lot of you guys, what you need to know in love is what you get is what you put in at some point, right? I feel like everything that you're experiencing in your life is somehow, some way, when it comes to your love life, whether it's romantic or platonic, I think that you've contributed to those experiences, right? So just keep that in mind. And this is more so an act of grace on God's end, so that you can have perception regarding what is it like being with you. Especially if you've been asking, why, Lord? Why me? Or you finna find out. Because you finna meet yourself in a lot of people, whether it's good or bad. Right? For those of you guys that have been single for an extremely long period of time, or if you've been like craving, like, I'm a good person, I've always done right by people. I don't understand why I've attracted bad people if I've always done right people. For a lot of, it could be the opposite. You could be a lot of people's karma as well. Either way, flip square every day. I feel like, I know you might be like, well, that's too much. There's too many different storylines. Not really. Because for a lot of you guys, I feel like that you're the type of person to where when you decide that you're going to be bad or do the wrong thing, you're the first person to get karma. So I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say you've done things perfect all the time, because you're the type of person where if you lie to people, somebody's going to lie to you or almost after that. If you're a bad friend, you're going to attract a bad friend after that. If you do something wrong or illegal, you're going to be the one that get pulled up by a cops almost immediately. It's like you're that person to where God has a heavy amount of discipline over your life. I wouldn't be surprised if you have a really bad, like really strong conscience to where you can't tell fibs even as an adult. You don't feel comfortable with that type of stuff. Or you don't feel, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I would not be shocked to hear that, because for a lot of you guys, you know, I can't be the person that just up and get a PPP. I will go to jail. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I can't be the person that, you know, I'll be the example. I feel like that's something that you know about yourself and you know about your life, if this is your pal. Honestly, looking at the number 6, I feel like for a lot of you guys, you know that you could be the type of person where it's like, either God don't play about me, where you know people come across you, you know, like, damn, I hate that happened to you, because God is going to tap your ass for real, for real. Or it could be energy surrounding you. Might feel like, dang, at times, like, I know exactly why I met this person that's doing this or acting this way. Like, at some point, I did that. Like, this is my karma for this situation, or this is my karma for that. Whether you felt like that people, mankind, was aware or witnessed, you understand what I'm saying? What you getting tapped for or not. So whether or not your wife or your husband knew you was cheating, right? It doesn't matter. You know, you're going to get that karma. That's what this is giving me for a lot of you guys. And I wouldn't be shocked if everybody you meet feels like a soulmate. It feels like a deep connection. It feels like something where it's like a test. Even when you go into job environments, I wouldn't be shocked if this is one of your paths where you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm always moving around somewhere to meet people, or people are always drawing me even when I don't say that I don't do nothing, because you are karma personified for people. So you can't go around trying to play God in a lot of ways because you get crossed up that way. You just have to allow God to use you. You're just one of those people. You just don't, like, your free will comes with, like, exceptions. I have to be honest with you. It's either your power or it's not. So, I want to talk about your platonic connections and how they influence the way you express love. And we're going to go into a deep dive in that regards before we segue into your romantic relationships, and the person on your mind, etc., etc. So I want to know who in your life, your platonic connections, influences the way you express love. Okay. This is possibly a cousin or an older sibling, right? Somebody that I feel like just did not care about, like, what people thought of them, what was the rules, what was right, what was wrong. And a lot of times I feel like they made everybody pay for it, right? So it's like this energy surrounding, like, maybe you had, how do I say this? Like, you got a cousin that everybody, like, robbed people to pay Paul to keep out of jail, as an example. Or you have a sibling that just was always just, they needed so much attention. Everything was about them. They just did so much. They were their favorite. They were all these things, right? And I feel like this is somebody, to a certain degree, you possibly, like, I feel like you admired this person, to, like, because I feel like they were a daredevil. They were a risk taker. And it didn't matter whether they were right or wrong. They always did what they believed in. They always stood up for themselves. And they always, like, took risk and chances. And I feel like this is somebody, no matter what they do, somehow, some way, they always land on their feet. It's like this is somebody that's been lived possibly like 9 different lives, as an example. Wouldn't be shocked if this is like a family member or a friend that maybe struggled with like suicidal thoughts or things of that nature. Because I feel like this is somebody here where they have these extreme ups and downs. And I think this is somebody that feels misunderstood to like a great degree. You know, I don't feel like that there's the biggest age gap between you and this person, but I do feel like there's some sort of age gap. So no more than like 10 years, maybe 15 of an age gap between you and this person. But I feel like this is somebody that, in regards to their relationship with other people, their relationship with you is different. And I feel like this might be something that, if I'm guessing, you might have low-key envied this person's ability to release their inhibitions. I don't care if it makes people cry. Like, I'm not going to live for other people. To a certain degree, you wish you could be that way. Because I wouldn't be shocked if, like, part of you is a people pleaser, you know? So in what ways does this person influence the way you express love? This is another pile. You might have been drawn to another pile, to be honest. This is another one where I feel as though, like, this person was always doing something, and you just didn't want to be a problem or a bother. So you learned a lot by watching, like, maybe you have several older siblings, right? Or several older cousins, and you were the only child or something like this. So it's like you watched everybody get it wrong a few times. So it's a lot of pressure on you to be the good one, right? To be the golden one. To be agreeable or to do right. I wouldn't be shocked if, like, your parents talk about your siblings to you, or talk about your other family members, like, oh, your other family members, they are smoking weed and getting pregnant. You make sure you don't do that. You know, something like that can be significant. I do feel like this is somebody that has inspired you. They're like, these people are smart. They've accomplished great things, but these might be people that reached a plateau in their life where they aren't, like, they had a lot of, like, how do I say this? Like, they might have been fast-tracked in life, but they didn't accomplish what they were set to do or what they should. They rejected the idea of perfectionism, and I feel like this is something that you hold close to you. You want to be as perfect as possible. But I feel like this is the energy surrounding, like, you will be Michael Jackson in your family. How do I say that? Like, you still have an innocence to you, and you care about perfection and hard work. These are people that achieve a certain amount of success, and they get distracted, you know? Because I feel like these are people here that you may look at them as, like, doing stuff for attention, but I feel like they want to find themselves, and they rejected the idea of doing things to be appeasing to your parents. It's either, or like the elders of your family. It's either your pal or it's not. If this is not family, this is like friends. Like a best friend that you know, like, they had a different lifestyle than you. Maybe you grew up sheltered, but they had it rough. And your family was probably like, oh my gosh, like, that's not your friend. You need to watch out for but this is somebody that, they kind of took you, like, to see different things that you wouldn't have seen or wouldn't experience having had this friendship or relationship. So in what ways do they influence your how you express love? I feel that they inspire you to take more risk, be more of a daredevil, and to walk away from things that don't serve you. Because I feel like this is somebody that don't have that problem at all. They'll tell somebody off in a second, like a hot second, actually, factually. I feel like they encourage you to be braver, and to trust your gifts and your intuition, right? Wouldn't be shocked that these people are very spiritual, But, yeah, that's really what it is. Because I feel like you're in a phase to where you're going through a new transition. And this could be somebody that's cheering you on. Because I'm hearing, Lightning McQueen! Lightning McQueen! Somebody's name could be Kamara, Kimaya, something like that, Kimura, something like that. Doesn't have to be, but something like that could be significant. Where I just feel like this is somebody that they cheer you on, and they let it be known, like, if you need something, I'm always be there for you. And I feel like this is somebody that also can hold you accountable when they disagree with you, and you and this person if y'all ain't really never fell out. I feel like that's this type of person. Y'all ain't never fell out, and it's like, y'all might have disagreements, but y'all can always bounce back. And I feel like a lot of other people try to come in between you and this person. But ultimately, I feel like this person here, they care about you. They make you feel safe. I feel like it's somebody you could talk about anything to. And I feel like this is comforting to you because you might be in a state to where you might be seeking community. And you might be the type of person where you ice people out a lot of the times because other people don't get you, or just it's difficult. You might be really shy. So it might not be that you did everything bad. It could be in a situation where, with this number 6 here representing karma, you could be the type of person to where what you should know is, if everything is going business and gravy and you feel blessed or spoiled, you shouldn't be having like resentment or like be nervous, like, oh, I'm getting something that other people didn't get, I'm getting attention that other people didn't get, I'm more successful than other people. You shouldn't dim your light to make other people feel better. Your confidence, if it offends other people's insecurities, that's a personal problem. That's their responsibility, because you lay down the foundation to have the good things that are coming to you, right? And I do feel like I said, you probably noticed that when you do step out of line, people probably a little bit harder on you, because it's like the expectation is that you be who you are. You probably feel like you're held to a standard of perfection, but you really just held to a bar that is compatible to who you are as a person authentically, right? So I feel like that overall, the challenges that I feel like your platonic connections come with is, I feel like a lot of times people think they know you or they think for you, and it's frustrating because there's a lot of, like, you're still having to find or navigate your voice. That's something you struggle with, because I do feel like that all your thoughts aren't going to be agreeable. You're not always going to be that person that's going to have that dainty perspective or whatever. Some people just going to have to get over it, because I do feel like a lot of times people can come with their tower moments and like dump their shit on you, and you may struggle with letting like your platonic connections know, like, oh my gosh, like, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to hear that. Like, there's an energy surrounding, like, in your platonic connections, you're tired of being the liaison between people that need to figure it out on their own. The good thing is, I do feel like you're going to be liberated, and you are going to find your voice. You are going to be some of you guys are going to be going to school, or completing something, or going through a phase in life where, you're going to feel free, right? And this is going to be something where you're going to find yourself. You're also going to be feeling extremely creatively charged in the near future. And I do see you guys becoming more confident, tapping into your gifts, your spirituality, feeling very blessed, feeling very fortunate. I do feel like the negative aspects today is that you might feel alone, you might feel a little bit isolated in this new environment where you are. And I do think this person here that's influencing the way you show love is going to reassure you that you're not the problem. Sometimes people just can't stand next to somebody else and celebrate them if they don't feel like they're on the same level as an individual. And I do feel like this is going to be like a spiritual test for you, but you may not. A lot of people go out their way to try to make you feel insecure and inadequate because they recognize that you don't know your beauty yet. You don't know your gifts. You don't know your power yet. And because they don't know who they are, they resent the fact that you know who you are. So just try not to or that you have a power that you can't see. Like, a lot of people project onto you who they would be if they had your knowledge, who they would be if they had your gift, who they would be if they had your body, who they would be if they had your look, and like, that's a very personal problem, right? The good thing is, I feel like that eventually you are going to be able to have those tough conversations. You are going to be confident. You are going to be somebody that doesn't apologize for being pretty, intelligent, paid, successful, blessed, highly favored, etc., etc. So I want to get a message from your angels. This is like the lightest pile that I got. Your pile might be the quickest too. What do your angels have to say to you? Okay. Play. Oh, this is interesting. So this is totally goes into the thing where I was saying you might feel like liberated as of recently, or like free, or happy, like you broke free or something like that. Like, people might be weird, but like, I feel like there's certain people, like a sister specifically, or a sibling, that or a best friend, right, that you look at like a sister, that this person here is like your community. It's like, if I got this person, it don't really matter, because like, you know what I'm saying, a mother figure. It's like, it's certain people in your family that you're really close to, where those relationships are more valuable than 100 superficial ones, right? So this card says, beloved one, it is time to set aside from work for a while. Don't worry, we will oversee your responsibilities to their completion. Playfulness, gaiety, and laughter will lift your energy so that you can return to work with a renewed perspective and heightened energy. Who here is a Capricorn, Aquarius, or a Virgo, right? Because it just feels like somebody here is just really rigid and they get really nervous. You might have like anxiety. So certain degree, I'm not a doctor, but I'm just saying, if this is something that you deal with, like social issues and stuff like that, this is your time to like be yourself. Not because you want to be accepted, but because you deserve to not live in third person where you're constantly, like I said, apologizing for being yourself. That's a sign of a lack of confidence. Like, you don't need to ask for permission to take up space, period. So we're going to move on to like segue into your romantic life and see like how you're showing up there. If there's somebody on your mind, you may want to think about this person now so that I can channel this person's energy. Let's see, who's this person that you're thinking about? Let's see what you find this reading. Somebody that you locked out the kingdom. And I feel like this is somebody that's like they damn near like a stalker or a fan. Like, I feel like to a certain degree you want this person to know you're doing better without them, because I feel like this is somebody that, like, they didn't act right. Like, this is somebody that you feel disrespected by, and they acted like you was going to always be there, to a certain degree. This is somebody that you deliberately, like, I'm blocking you because you don't understand boundaries. I'm shutting my energy off. I'm setting a boundary between me and you because I don't feel respected. I don't feel like there's reciprocity in this relationship, and I don't have to put up with this. Okay, period. Person that you're asking about, to a certain degree, they might have had a really toxic mother figure. You probably knew that this person didn't respect you, or siblings, something like that. Like, this somebody that may have had you damaging, like feeling insecure about your appearance. They might have chosen somebody else over you. They didn't have the nerve to come tell you about it, trying to make you feel jealous. Like, with somebody like that, like, it's like you really aren't being a good friend to me. Even if we couldn't be together in a relationship, you aren't being a good friend altogether. Like, this is somebody that I feel like you've been acting like you've been over it, but you still think about the situation and it still bothers you. It still hurts you. It's still touchy, but you try not to show that bothers you, right? The situation between you and this person. What is on this person's mind when it comes to you? They feel locked out of heaven, as they should be. They think about how you're doing better things with your life. You're creating a future. This person probably knows that you're creating something. Like, so maybe you have a page where you do concert creation, or you post some sort of like art. Whether it's like a SoundCloud, you posting songs or whatever. A YouTube, you posting content. TikTok, posting content. I have an art page. It's something like that. Where this person here, like, they view you as like, they have to watch you like a stalker or a weirdo from like a false account. But this is somebody that feels like, didn't we almost have it all? They feel like that it could have been great. It could have been something beautiful. But they was childish. This person feel like you outgrew them. You outmatured them. And then things have like... It's one of those situations where... To a certain degree, what's pissing me off about the situation is they low-key act like they confused why you don't want nothing to do with them. Because I feel like somebody's like, oh, it's something I said, it's something I did. Like, why don't they want to, like, what happened? Like, they playing stupid. And that's what bothers you, because you get tired of, like, holding their hands and teaching them how to love you. Because you don't require all of that. But they look at you as somebody that has several options, that's moved on. Maybe you graduated recently, or they know you're going into, like, a new phase in life. This person here probably feels like they probably were thinking that you was going to congratulate them on something. Maybe they just graduated. Maybe they just went to college or something like that, or something. Or maybe they just like got a new job or something like that. Maybe got a new certification or something like that. But they want that to matter to you. They want you to care. They want you to like celebrate them. Like they think about that. Like there's something about when it comes to you is like they recently accomplished something. They know that if you were around, you would have gifted them something that would have made them feel special. They know that moment would have been special if they would have shared it with you, but that's not the case, like, at all. Like, they feel like they miss you. Long story short, they feel like that to a certain degree. This is that pity party shit that's getting on my nerves, because I feel like somebody feel like you left them when it got hard. No, I left you when you were playing on my top, and I realized that I was wasting my time. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this person here is on their mind when it comes to you is possibly like, this is weird, because like, if this is somebody that you weren't intimate with, or if you stopped being intimate with this person at a certain point, they think about that, like who's going to get it or who you giving it to. Oh, that's weird. Like this person, they worry about the wrong shit. This is somebody that looked at you like they could, like you would have waited for me. We could have got married, or we could have did this and that. Like, if this is somebody that when they think about you, they feel like that you were a life partner potential. But you probably like you weren't acting like it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you think I was gonna sit around and wait for you to give me a ring? You think I was gonna sit around and take a ring after you did X, Y, and Z? No. Like, this somebody that's delusional. Like, you gonna pick somebody over me, and I'm gonna just be like, woohoo, commitment. What is that? No. Like, you could take that and wipe your ass with it. No. Like, who do you say? This person's confused. They think they're bigger than their program. Like, this somebody that also is gonna peak in life. Like, they don't really have nothing going on, like, for themselves. Like, outside, like, exactly what you think they got going on in their life is what they got going on. That's it. That's it. That's all. Pretty much. Honestly, they suck, bro. Like, they suck real bad. But you know my nerves. What are their intentions with my viewers? It's like, I guess respecting the boundary because they know you don't want it to do with them anymore. Good. Good. Thinking about you heavily, and that's why they cop it up in your energy. They are going to rant. See, this is I said, respecting your boundaries. Just feel like something like they're gonna force you to be like, it's like one of the situations where it's like, this is gonna be the last time I reach out to you. If you really don't love me, just say it. And it's like, get the please go somewhere. Like, please, like, it's a rage baiting situation. Because this Ace of Pentacles makes me think about, like, Constance Monster's house. Like, this person is childish. Like, y'all probably had the same friend group at a certain point, and you don't hang around these people anymore. So it's low key like, this person here, I feel like their intentions is to possibly like instigate meeting up with you at some point. Like, ask so and so if they wanna, ask Kimani if he wanna come out and hang out, and then I'm gonna just pop up. Ask them if they want to go to the movies, and then like, I mean, we're mutual, so it can't be awkward because we were all friends. Like, it's that, or hey, like, you should invite so and so. Don't tell them I'm there though. It's something like that. Like, it's gonna piss you off though. The good stuff that I feel like this person here, like they do want something with you, but it's like after what? Like after what? I feel like the challenge with this person is that there's never been reciprocity, and I feel like with this person, in order to coexist with this individual, you have to be like the person you were when you met this person, which was like the lowest. You've grown so much, and then you're gonna have to forget what they did. And this person here, they feel like they're in your shadow, so they constantly are doing things to take a shot at your self-esteem so that they can feel better about who they are. And that's a challenge. I feel like the good thing is, to be honest, you're gonna meet somebody that is like they might play an instrument or something like that. You might end up dating a musician or an artist of some sort very soon. And this person here, they might be like indigenous or Indian, or this person could be like they're super suave. I will say that. This person that is like you're gonna end up interested in, and that's gonna get you up off this other person, they're gonna have you open up, and they're not gonna be intimidated, and they're not gonna be like rushing you to be interested in them. They're just gonna be being themselves. It's kind of reminding me of like Ladybug Miraculous. What was the other guy that was super cool, super chill? He liked damn, what's his fucking name? Hold on. 𝒊𝒾𝓂𝓒 and Marionette, right? So 𝒊𝒾𝓂 was really cool, chill. He played the guitar, and cause she's playing the guitar here, yeah. And this person might make a song for you. It's like you're gonna meet somebody that got some swag about them, like a personality, somebody that know how to romance. And I feel like this is somebody you have to teach and hold their hands and say, I need you to communicate. I need you to plan something. I need you to be more organized. This is going to be somebody you're going to meet in the pursuit of bettering yourself, bettering your craft. So they're going to be like-minded to you, unlike this loser. So, to be honest, like, I don't even think I want to get a channel message, but I guess since I did it for other pals, I'll get that for you, but I really don't want to be honest, because I just fucking don't. This person's so full of shit, like, because I just feel like this is a situation I feel like you're right to be guarded. I feel like this is something where you damn near like, I didn't even want to ask about this because I'm getting mad all over again. Like, I just didn't have nobody else in my energy to think about. It's like you sneaking with yourself, and like, I guess I'll see what's going on. It's like just as I suspected, bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? So what do they need to know in love about the situation? See, like, stuff is falling on the ground. I don't have the energy to pick it up. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, you don't even care. But we'll see. What do they need to know in love and their romantic relationships? Don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it's only being true to yourself that you can be true to others. Exactly. Don't feel like, well, I mean, I do have history with this person. We were high school sweethearts. Don't make no decision out of a state of lack. No. No. Don't do that. So we gonna see like what they have to say. Blah 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 blah. I really like don't want to, but I guess only because I love you guys. But like their energy is so dingy. It's like it's a mangy ass, dirty ass, mildewed ass energy. Like I'm just not fooling with them. To be honest, like they just not my tea. Let me see. What does this person have to say to my topic? So they don't want to know if you're dealing with somebody else because it would damage their ego. What's new? I don't feel like they want to know nothing now. Like I feel like this person here, they haven't had a conversation with you yet because they know you're gonna be like, so what's your plan? What's going on? Why did you do that? Why do you think you can get it's a revolving door? They just don't want to have that conversation. They like being held accountable. They are trying to gaslight you to make you feel like you left them or you deserted them. They do wonder if you still think about them. They don't know if like they tripping or not. They know they full of shit. This person here, like, either they remedial, and if so, I'm gonna give grace. But if they not, they got all their senses. They not using them. And that's what they aggravating me. And I feel like they aggravate you because they sit there and they act like they don't understand. Like, we got too many cards saying, I don't know why this happened, but it seemed clear as day. Why would you think you can play with somebody else and they come back and talk to me and think I'ma still be there? Why would you think that's okay? Why would you think that? No. Just no. Like, this is somebody that's always putting you through these stupid tests, and it's better stuff to do. You are more intelligent than this person, but I feel like it's the thing. Like, they're constantly trying to make you feel like less than so that they can feel on your level. Like, no, they are crying over you, but who cares? Like, who cares? I ain't even gonna spend no more time on this because they just so ugh. So with that being said, this will be a reading. As always, I love you guys to the moon and back. And of course, I'm right now. So small. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
Supporting the channel is easy. Like and comment to say thank you. It's free.